Okay, Susan, can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. Welcome. So
Hi.
it's our finale today for our Sirenalia. I do this once a year around Beltane in May. So it was fun to, extend it past. Usually I do maybe, the beginning of May through mid-May. So we kind of went all the way through to the end of the month. And here we are, we're almost in June,
Yes.
right? How did that happen?
Yes, I know.
Oh my goodness. So tell me, Susan, do you want to do a quick check-in? Let us know like how you're feeling today, how the Sirenalia has been going for you and what you've been able to engage with.
Well, I was in the first meeting and was so excited about it and just really felt like, okay, I can make this work. And then I got super busy with work and I had to put everything on hold. And I just happened to come up for air today and thought I can do this. So I sort of have bookend the beginning and the end. And I think one time I did your first set of readings, and that is all I was able to do. It just was one of those, I don't know, one of those moments in time where everything has crashed at once. And I just had to let go of everything. So I apologize for that. But what I did was really great and grounding for me. Yes, I've loved everything that I've been a part of that you presented. So thank you.
Oh, yeah, no need to apologize either. I mean, I was not expecting to be as busy as I was this month either. It was just, it was a lot for, I think, a lot of people. So
It
good.
just seems like all of a sudden, I don't, maybe it's just because I've just noticed it, but so many people are struggling in so many ways right now. And my struggle is having too much work. And I think, oh, of all the things to struggle with, I don't want to make it a negative. And, I tell myself that it's better than being too slow. And this is what I've asked for, is to have work. And now just finding the balance in it. So, yeah.
Beautiful. What do you do for your work?
I help I help writers become published authors. So I have a small publishing company. Yeah.
Oh, why am I not talking to you? Do you work with people that do spiritual books?
Yes,
'Cause
absolutely.
I do spiritual and spiritual business. I mean, I have all kinds of stuff. So yeah,
Wow,
we'll
that's
be
fantastic.
talking.
Yeah, I started in the 90s working for Jeremy P. Tarcher. So all of his books were about human potential and spirituality. I was the art director on The Artist Way and The Woman Who Loved Too Much, The Future of the Body by Michael up in Esalen. So and now that I work for myself and work one-on-one with authors, it's the similar type of books. Even business books have that sort of human potential, human expansions. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I don't remember how we got connected, but yeah, there you go. There's a purpose. I'm
Yes.
glad I asked you.
Yes.
Yay. Okay. So I don't think you were at the sigil meeting where we worked on sigils, which is basically drawing symbols, which we're going to do a little bit today.
Great.
So the beauty of working with, some people call them runes, some people call them sigils, some people call them symbols. The name doesn't really matter. But when we practice drawing them on paper, we do start to imprint them in our minds. So we're going to look at, I'll maybe do a quick review on some of the ones we learned last time.
Okay. I do have a set of runes, so and I've done them before. So
cool. So we're going to go through different kinds. So there's the Viking runes. We're going to go through the sea magic runes, the star magic runes, and then we're going to talk spend some time today talking about the lunar mansions. So the lunar
Okay.
mansions and the symbols have to do with just that esoteric correspondence between, again, it's as above, so below, right? So
Yes.
we're
And I actually
using,
worked on that book. Um,
oh, did you?
yeah, I was the art director on that book.
Who wrote the book?
Oh gosh, I can't remember. It's been so long. It's been like 25 years ago. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah.
Cool.
I think of that book
Awesome.
a lot. Yeah. I recently I I live in Venice, but I have a second home up in the high desert. And a lot of my day up there will be chopping wood, and I take the water from the sink and put it out. And I'm like, I'm really doing
Chopping wood, carry water.
Yeah, yeah.
How cool. Yeah, so we'll look at some sigils, and I don't know if you have pen and paper.
I
You'll
can
want,
get them. Yes.
yeah, you'll want to have that.
Okay,
And
great.
so we'll work on that, and then we're going to work on, have a glass of water, drinking water, not just water this is water you're going to want to drink. So we're going to talk about how to imprint water with sigils.
Oh,
And all these different associations, and using vaporous magic. Vaporous magic is, we use sigils, we use the intention, and we pull them into our lungs, and then we breathe out. So that's the vapor. So when you hear about like certain vaporous magic, it sounds like this kind of weird thing. And it's just whatever breath comes out of your lungs has vapor in it, right? It's the
yes.
mixture of air and water. And so we're going to use that to infuse our glass of water as well. So yeah, pen and paper, glass of water. I do
I've
have a
got the
candle.
water.
I have everything else that you guys, I would need.
Okay.
So if you want to bring a candle, you can. If
I
you
have my
don't.
candle in front of me, and I've got a little
Okay,
altar set up.
perfect.
Let me grab my paper and pen, and then I'll be ready. Okay, great.
Okay, sweet. Okay, everybody, I've got to get my pen and paper ready. So I'm gonna I'll find an open page in my notebook to play with some sigils. All right. I'm going to use a red pen today, but you can have different colors that suit you. Any colors really. Because we're going to start with, basically practice drawing, right? Okay, let me show my screen. And for those of you that couldn't be here for when we did the practice drawing of the sigils, we're going to go right to the source here. So we're going to look at the Yanaric runes. So these are the Italian sea priestess runes. These are ancient, and they have been, I think I might have to change what you guys are looking at here because it's not showing it there. Hold on. Okay, so you should be seeing now, these are all the symbols.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that I don't use. Like I don't really use, enemy and curses.
Mhm.
So, the ones I use a lot are love. I've used victory, love and wealth are big ones. And wisdom is one of my favorite ones. And rebirth is another one of my favorites, but there's power, there's justice. The magic one is really beautiful too. And enlightenment, which kind of got cut off a little bit here. So when you think about your intention, and just pick one for today, but this is again something you could come back to and practice again and again. You might want to look at some of these symbols and go, what would be a symbol or two or three that I'd want to use in our ritual today?
Mm-hmm.
And especially since we're working with water, I like to use these particular runes with water. Now, there are some that are basically runic star alphabets. There's magical star rune symbols, they're talismanic star sigils, and those are all uploaded in the course portal.
Okay, great.
So I will, let's see if there's any here that you might enjoy looking at. Some of the star sigils are really cool too. Yeah, like the last time we looked at the actual, there's a star alphabet. So if you wanted to do your
My
like
name?
the initials of your name, maybe as part of your
Oh, that's cool.
so Susan, what's your middle name?
Marie?
So you would need SMS,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know if you want to copy this down. Let me see if I can. So
let
there's
me,
S.
Let me, oh,
Is it
hold
too
on
hard to
one
see?
second. Let me view it because I'm seeing your screen more than I'm seeing.
Let me see if I'll stop the share for a second and
Okay,
then
great.
it should be bigger. Can you see it? The S?
Yes. Okay. S. Oh, it kind of looks like a Y.
Yeah.
S. Okay. And then M, if you can go.
Let's see,
Down
where's
low.
M is M
Oh,
is
there's
right.
M. Oh, there's an arrow.
Yeah, is that neat?
Yeah. Okay,
So for
great.
anybody else, yeah, I flashed it on here, but it's also as in part of the so these particular sigils come from, they think originally from the Book of Secrets of Enoch. But again, used by star witches of Italy. In particular, this book is called Hereditary Witchcraft. And since I'm Italian and a lot of it, you know, my grandmother was from Naples. There's a lot from Naples in here, especially like, again, all of these beautiful the sea runes, the sea sigils. So I'm going to share that again.
Okay.
So that way you can maybe pull from some of those.
Okay.
And
I love that Destiny looks like a bar chart of up and down.
oh, which one is Destiny?
That was, actually Destroy. I read it as Destiny, huh?
Yeah, again, you know, I mean, destroy could be something that you'd use to destroy doubt or whatever, but yeah. I just feel weird using those because I, you know.
Yeah,
I kind of
energy attached to it.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe it's destroy sickness, you know, you could do those two, you know, I mean.
Bad habits.
Yeah. So I'll give you a minute to take a look at any of these that you might want.
Uh-huh.
What I really love about like the love symbol and wealth and victory is like that V shaped, you know, it's like the shape of a chalice, like it's it's definitely a receiving.
Yes, I noticed the similarities between love, victory, and wealth, but to see the chalice in it, I love that.
Yeah, fulfillment is another one I like, and wisdom. Again, using that circle.
Ooh, yeah.
And the idea is, you know, to just maybe pick a set of some that you again, enjoy drawing, you enjoy looking at them, because then the more you can really visualize them,
Yeah.
and you can send the energy easier and receive the energy easier. So yeah, I don't recommend more than like 3 or 4 at a time to
Okay.
really work with, because that way you're just using those symbols. All right. Let's see here.
Well, I think I really drawn to the love, victory, and wealth. Somehow that they're connected, but they're also
Yeah,
transmuted. I really drawn to those.
very cool. So, okay, let's talk a little bit about lunar mansions. So we're going to share another. Okay, let me get rid of this part. So I ran a chart for today's particular lunar mansion. What is the magic that we're working with? And basically, the lunar mansions, they are marked by the constellations through which the moon passes over the course of 28 days. So what I've done here is we ran the chart for today, and we see the lunar mansions are all right here. So actually they start at 1, and there's 28 that the moon moves through. So today the moon is in the 12th lunar mansion called Alim. And this particular meaning of Alim is, where is it? It was up here. Okay, yeah. Alim al Sarfa. So these are from actually the lunar mansions are Chaldean, but the divine names are actually come from Arabic, Ibn Arabi, so Islamic, basically. So Alim is the house of the all-knowing, the second heaven, the sphere of Jupiter, and the prophet Moses. Interesting.
What do they mean by the second heaven?
That's a good question. I don't know that much about the cosmology of Islam, and because basically the system of the lunar mansions, this is the lunar Arabic mansion, the system of the Chaldean really appeared more like the Middle Ages, and also they found them in the grimoires of the Renaissance periods. So they're a little different. Let's see. So in the Chaldean system, the 12th influences divorce and separation, which is interesting. So very different cosmology from the Arabic way of looking at it, but something for me to look into. So as far as the lunar mansions go, there are, in this particular system, in this book, there's 28 spirits that go along with it. And the spirits were devised mainly by a 19th century Hermetic group called I think they're called the Brotherhood of the Therapeutic or the Healing Magic of Miriam, which is Mary.
Yeah.
So again, very much, we come back to feminine, we come back to the goddess here again. So let's see, the 12th. in this, yeah, so in this particular system, the 12th is Morgronus. Morgronus is the name of the god or goddess. It sounds like a god name because it looks like there's more feminine names here. So the symbol, there's actually a rune for this. And stop share for a minute.
Oh, okay.
See here, it's like a triangle. Yeah, I've got to draw it too. Triangle with,
Then
I like the number 12 too. Interesting number.
Oh, yeah. It's a number 3, huh?
Yeah. So Morgronus, I'm going to write down the name more. It's Morgronus. And they don't really say much about him in the book. Let me see if. Okay, definitely associated with Italian witchcraft. Interesting.
And this is the spirit or the god of this
Of this
moment?
lunar mansion,
Lunar?
yeah. So some call him Morgronus the Magnificent. Interesting. Let's see if it's on this page. Hmm. Yeah, interesting. There's not a whole lot of information, so I would like to know more. So anyways, I feel like it's a really interesting system. I haven't worked much with it, but I wanted to introduce it because you know, working with the moon is such powerful workings. So if we look at also, the moon is in Leo right now, and let's see if I can show this graphic. So the moon is right here. It's late degrees Leo. It looks like the moon is at, yeah, 28 degrees Leo. So it's about to go into, the moon's about to go into Virgo. So the workings today are about fire. So we have our candle, we have our water. It's also connected to, if you can see that, to the symbol of Mars. So if we look at this particular house, it's the house of Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars.
Okay.
But we're in the Mars section of that. Because here's Saturn and Jupiter and Mars. So Mars is very, you know, assertive energy, very bold action taking. So, I mean, it depends on where Mars, do you know your rising sign?
Not, I always get my moon and my rising sign. One is Virgo and one is Aries, but I'd have to go look at my chart and I can go grab it if you want, but
Yeah, if you're curious. So
I
yeah,
am curious. Okay, let me go
yeah,
grab.
so yeah, my chart, I'm just going to continue the lecture, but go ahead and
Yeah.
get your stuff. So if you look at my chart, I have Pisces rising. And so for me, this moon is in my 6th house, about to go into my 7th house of relationship. So the 6th house is day-to-day work, your health habits, how you're taking care of your body, even like it could have to do with dating, like but it's for me, it's mostly work. So in what ways maybe do I want to bring more boldness into my work, into my relationships? Because those are kind of the lunar influences going on here in my chart. And the 12th lunar mansion, the second heaven, as they say. I think that's interesting as well.
Yeah.
How does that relate? So tell me, what's your rising sign?
Okay. I'm looking at my chart, and I'm trying to see.
Let me go ahead and put it back up on the screen again. Let's see. I'm going to pin it up here for a second.
Okay.
Looks like, I think it looks like you're Virgo rising to me.
Okay. Then my
So
moon
so your moon is
Aries.
in right now in your 12th house. So if you look at the 12th section, we're under Leo.
Okay.
So it looks like it says, it's the unconscious, it's self-undoing secrets. That's what you have written on your, that's a part of your chart. So it's a very psychic, spiritual, and intuitive side of your chart. So this is a good day to do any sort of workings around, maybe what do I want to clear any unconscious blocks, any karma, and also to increase, your connection to the divine and your connection to getting, divine downloads and information and being guided in that way. So
Great.
these are all ways you can do it. I mean, it doesn't matter. Whatever you decide your intention is, it is. And it doesn't have to be any of these things. But when we use associations, again, the as above, so below, it adds that extra layer of magic to it. Wonderful. So a big part of how I do this magic is I draw a triangle. I'm going to do this right now. So basically on my paper, I write a triangle that's big enough for me to write stuff inside. So I will write my intention inside the triangle and then add the symbols. I'm using love, money, and fulfillment today. And then when you write your intention, you could write it as an I am. I find those are really very powerful. Or I have. And then I'm putting, I embody love, money, and fulfillment. Just let me know when you're ready, Susan.
Yeah, I'm ready to.
Okay. So and just, yeah, just a quick recap of what we learned from the first sigil classes. A lot of times we see this, like the triangle actually drawn in sand. So if you wanted to go to the ocean, you could draw the triangle in the sand and draw your symbols in there.
Okay.
It's probably too hard to do the exact whatever intention that you wrote down, but this is more for you to start looking at these symbols and connecting these symbols with this intention. And of course, you can also use your the symbols of your name in the triangle if you wish as well. Oops. I don't know what happened here. Something's going on. I don't know. I'm not getting it. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I think, can you say something, Susan? See if I
Sure.
can.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, we're back. At
Okay.
least I can hear you in a better, yeah, I was like, what's going on? Perfect. So take your glass of water and place it on top of or inside your triangle somewhere. So you can kind of still see the symbols, since you probably might not know them quite yet. And as the glass of water is there, gaze at the symbols. And then take your hands basically and put them around the glass of water. And take some nice deep breaths, very deep, deep down into the bowl of your pelvis. Hold at the top and then exhale. And feel that energy running all the way down your spine, down your legs into the earth. So starting to root into the earth, allowing the energy to run from the top, the crown of your head with the inhale, and then with the exhale, letting it go all the way out down through your feet. Beautiful. Now, if you want to, you can hold the cup up towards you. And this is part of the vaporous magic that we were talking about earlier. So take a nice deep breath in. Feeling yourself filled with that energy and that magic. And as you're looking at your sigils and your paper, whisper into the water your intention. Take a second breath in. And do the same thing. Your intentions. Another deep breath in. Gathering the energy. And I want you to simply blow into the cup, into the water. Take another deep breath in. And you may need to look at your symbols. Or if you have them memorized, you can close your eyes. But if you don't have them memorized, as you blow in the water, imagine that those symbols are going into the water. Okay, so I want you to keep your eyes closed now. And you're holding your water. If you want to put it like on a table or down and hold it, you can. Or keep holding it up, whatever works for you. And I want you to visualize your sacral chakra, which is located in the lower belly. And taking deep breaths in and out. And as you are doing that, imagine that this beautiful light is growing inside that chakra. And it's a sphere of orange amber light. This chakra is known as sweetness, Svadhisthana, which means sweetness. And also in Kabbalah, on the tree of life, this is the center of creation. This is where it's the generator, the powerhouse of creation. And we know this also from like human design. All of these systems basically say that this part of our spiritual system and this part of our body, especially as the embodied feminine, this is the creator of life force energy and the creator of all things. And one thing I downloaded from the mermaids many, many, many years ago, and I don't know, 2000, probably around 2009, 2010, is that they are here to also help us create a spiritual and etheric bridge between this chakra, the sacral chakra, the pleasure chakra, the sweetness, with the heart chakra. So I want you to now imagine that this beautiful energy is rising up from the sacral chakra all the way up to the heart chakra. And the heart chakra is a beautiful emerald green and pink. I'm breathing deeply now directly into the heart chakra. And see this fusion of the two chakras beginning to mix. And this is the process of creating the elixir, which is a magical alchemical substance. And it's on this very subtle energetic level. So begin to see the colors of both chakras starting to play with each other and dance and merge together. They still retain their individual components, but there is an energetic sort of a click that happens when they begin to combine their essences. I feel this happening in the heart chakra. So continuing to take nice deep breaths, and maybe now hold your glass of water against the heart chakra and visualizing all of that elixir, that combination of the sacral and the heart chakra beginning to flow into the glass of water. We are supercharging this water today. Keeping your eyes closed. Raise your cup of water up towards the sky. Asking for the blessing of the divine cosmos, your angels, your guides, your ancestors to further bless this water. We give so much gratitude and thanks and blessings for the magic that we've created today in this collective container. We are so grateful for the blessings that continue to be showered upon us by the universe, by all those divine beings who support us and love us. And so it is. Okay, so keeping your eyes closed, begin to take some sips of your water. And through doing this, it is a communion and an embodiment of the magic that you just created. You can drink all of it, or you could save some for later. Now, when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. So we have a beautiful full moon in Gemini on June 3rd coming up. So that would be another great time to do the ritual. But I would say repeat it as often as you want. And the more you repeat it, the more, again, you have that intention really in your mind, and you start to connect the intention to those symbols. And maybe you just draw them, play around a little bit and see, draw them and maybe journal around what comes through. Maybe there's ideas that come through, insights. Just allow that flow to happen. Yes, amazing. How did that feel for you,
love
Susan?
using the glass of water. It's so real and so everyday, but to elevate it into this magical place was really beautiful. It really touched me. I really love doing this. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And simple, right?
Yes, always available as magic
Yeah,
is, and we just miss it all the time. So thank you.
thank you. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot more grounded and relaxed. I'm like, oh, okay.
Me too.
Yeah, it's been, this whole year has been a whirlwind for me. Like, it hasn't gone fast. I mean, it just seems like, what? We're like almost halfway through the year. All right. Well, before we do our crown ceremony, I wanted to choose, I'll
Okay.
choose an oracle for the group as a whole. And since you're here, you'll get an individual card as well.
Okay, great.
So I'm just give them a quick shuffle. And while I'm doing that, I'm also doing a really nice personal brand meets the mermaid workshop called Mermaid Monetizing Map, where we really work with the different archetypes of the mermaids over 6 days. Of course, it's recorded if you can't make all the sessions, but that is that's on June 19th. That begins that week. And yeah, because solstice energies for me are always really powerful.
Me too.
So magical. And for you guys, it's $27 early bird, but you also have a coupon for $14 off or $13 off. I can't remember. I think it's $13 off. So if you're interested and you've lost the coupon code or need some help with that, just let me know. Okay, so our collective mermaid card for today is Coral's Wisdom, number 31, colony, delicacy, fragility, works that are created over great periods of time. So I feel like coral is such, it is so healing and it's so rare because it's, endangered, right? With all that's going on with the ocean. So I think that's that fragility. But the image on the card just feels like almost like, the blood vessels, the blood of the sea, the blood of our essence that we, bring into being through our magic, that we bring into being just, by waking up in the morning and starting that work. So what is that great work for you? What is that maybe something that a purpose that you've been on the path for a while? And I feel like this is saying that this is coming into manifestation now, what you have been, purposefully and intentionally creating over the years is coming to fruition. I'm being called to pull another card. Beautiful. You pulled fertility, potential, powerful, creative energy, initiation energy, number 8. So yeah, again, what are we creating and giving birth to? And treating it, again, it's very powerful, but it's that fragility of something new and tender and vulnerable. Love that. Okay. So Susan, let's pull a card for you. Okay. You got 2 cards. Number 11, sacrifice, which is about making something sacred. And you also got the Selkie in her skin, reclaiming your authenticity. Really pretty cards.
Wow.
I feel like the sacrifice card is really about I feel like it's about a boundary that maybe you're having to place to really do or be something that you wish to be.
I was just talking to a friend today about needing a boundary with another friend who's going through a really hard time. And even though I am there for her, I know I need to set my boundaries too, that I don't get sucked into her energy. So the timing of that.
Yeah. You don't want to get sucked into the drama because it does take your energy,
It does.
And we don't, so I don't need to, it sounds like you're in resonation with that. So I love the Selkie. So she is the mermaid that has to do with the seals, and she originates from the Orkney Islands, Ireland. And we talked a lot about her last time in our last session before this one. We did actually a ceremony for her. So I feel like
Wow.
maybe if you didn't do that ceremony, maybe go back and watch
Okay,
that
I will.
particular video. And I would say, I don't know if you live near somewhere where there might be seals or it might be seal sightings. I don't know. There's seal medicine, which is, being on land and being in the ocean, like having the both. And the Selkie, there's female Selkies and male Selkies. So the female Selkies are often in their myths, they're tricked into becoming brides of human men. Like the men basically, when the Selkie women come to the shore and they're dancing, because they're very much about sisterhood and being around other women and celebrating and dancing and being in community, and having that kind of a space. So when they would come to shore, the men would sneak up and steal one of the skins, which means that she could not go back to the ocean, whichever one he stole. And then he would force her to marry him or whatever, which is just, again, it's this kind of weird servitude. But the Selkie bride was very much coveted because she would make someone rich, she would make them lucky, all of those good things, right? Behind every great man was a great Selkie. So the contrast to this is the male Selkies, or they, in their mythology, they always hide their skin so no one can steal them, which I find so interesting. Like, why would the feminine be that different and that trusting? But it's like an interesting kind of cautionary tale sort of thing. But what the male Selkie would do is he would come to the human women they would cry 7 tears into the ocean if their husbands abused them, or they weren't getting sexually satisfied by their husbands. So they would come to these women and be like their lovers, and then just put their sealskin back on and go back into the sea. So they like had this freedom, which is just, again, interesting mythology.
Yes.
But, a lot about this, a big theme around Selkie is her wildness is being stolen. She's being forcefully domesticated. So what is it about you? What is that wildness that needs to be reclaimed and embodied? Eventually, though, in every Selkie myth, she does find her skin, or her children find her skins. And it's, oh, Bob, I found this thing. I don't know what it is. Oh, okay. And she takes it and goes back to the ocean. And usually, she comes back to, watch over her children, but she leaves the man. It's like, okay, you're done. I'm going back. So, yeah, fascinating mythology.
Yes.
Okay, well, before we end, do you have some essential oil?
Yes.
Let's do our crown ceremony. If you don't have a crown with you, you can use your hands. I'll just show you the gesture. All right, so put some nice essential oil into your palms. Rub them together. Taking a nice deep inhale, your eyes closed. Feeling how grounded the seal's in the magic. And you can anoint yourself on different parts of your body, the crown, the heart, the lower belly, the neck, the forehead, where the third eye is. Put it in your hair. And then, so I have my crown like this. You could just put your hand like you have the energetic crown. And then just, again, put it on your head and crowning yourself. Feeling how that changes your energy. It makes you sit up taller. Reaching that crown straight up towards the heavens. And then keeping that, you could take your hands down, keeping the crown of your head and open your eyes. And we'll gaze into each other's eyes, acknowledging that we are both queens here, that we're all queens together for those of you who are watching the replay. That you are sovereign, you are powerful. You are the embodiment of your intentions and your vision. Sometimes you feel a little teary-eyed because you just feel reflected back to you, this beauty in the other woman. I'm feeling you, Susan. It feels so beautiful. Feel your sovereignty. I feel your power. I feel your love. I feel your generosity. I feel this deep sense of wisdom. Beautiful. I acknowledge you. Many blessings.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. So, any last thoughts before we end our Sirenalia? At least for this year?
It's so interesting to be in a moment and know this was the moment I was supposed to be in, and not know it was so important until I'm in the moment, and then to be like, wow, this is big right now, and this was exactly how it was supposed to be. And I'm so grateful to you right now. I'm grateful to myself for listening to myself and being here. Thank you. Thank you. You're like an angel to me right now. Yeah.
Oh, likewise.
Thank you.
I can't do this work. I mean, I can do a recording all by myself, but it's never as powerful as having someone else, having the other, our mirror, really,
Yeah.
because we are mirrors for each other in this holographic universe.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful, Susan. Well, let's definitely stay in touch. I have your
Yes.
email, and I would like to set up time to talk with you about what you do, and let's get my books out there.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, beautiful. So
Take
many blessings. Bye, mermaids.